Hi everyone, welcome to the part where we're going to work on our covers for our 2 autumn journals. So if you recall, I told you about the journal dimensions. So the pages are half of an A4 just folded in half. The inner cover is usually 5 millimeters bigger, and the journal itself is usually 1 centimeter more than the pages. It's what I like to work with. So I was really lucky because I found this book that is exactly 2 journals. So I have 2 covers there, like this, and then there was a little bit extra over here, and this is going to be the spine. So I was really happy because I have like almost no waste, and you know me, I love to have 0 waste. So here we are. It's a very thick hard cover for this journal. We need to leave the same amount of space as an actual cover, so about, I think, 4 millimeters, 3 millimeters, and we're going to glue these together, masking tape. To make sure everything is straight, I use a ruler, and you need to make sure there's the full 4 millimeters there. So this is pretty good. I'm going to take my tape, glue it and turn it around. There. Now I'm just going to make sure this part here goes inwards. So it doesn't, oops, so it doesn't look bad. There. And now the next one with the ruler to make sure it's very straight. All right, so that's our cover done. End of the video. Thank you. Goodbye. No, I'm joking. Let's just make sure everything fits and it's looking pretty good. I'm really happy. I think maybe for once I'm going to do spine where you can see the sewing. I never do this, so I'm not sure yet, but we need to do the cover. For the cover, I have a few ideas. I have some materials like bark, which is very autumnal. I also have these beautiful images that I've spent all night looking for, and my printer is annoying. So I thought we could put one of these in the middle, maybe some bark, and Justine from House of Mahalo, she sent me these, which I think are pretty cool. Very autumnal, I guess. Is that even a word? And I thought maybe I could make some more. And Justine also sent me some beautiful textiles like this. So it could be something a bit like this. So I'm gonna start by cutting off these images. Also, would you be interested in having access to these images? I mean, since I have found them, I can put them up on my Etsy store. I believe I have already put a few in my Bohemian digital kit, and in the Bohemian digital kit there's these 2 and more. I printed this on photo paper, so it's pretty thick, pretty glossy, and my printer doesn't like it, so that's why I'm having some troubles with printing. My printer doesn't like heavy cardstock paper. Then I found these 2 images that I thought were really cool as well, and they're a lot more vibrant and colorful, so I think they're pretty cool and definitely autumn themed, because I've been looking for vintage images of women like holding leaves and stuff, but I guess that was not a thing. So all I could find were recent images of women looking like vintage women, and it just wasn't what I was looking for, because all the images I have here are free of rights so that we can sell journals with them, and recent pictures are definitely not free of rights. Alright, so we've got a few options. My question remains, how do I make more leaves? Because if I do something like this, I mean, I need more leaves. So should I make them in paper or maybe in cloth? Or should I do what I almost always do, textile, and then just cover with a couple of leaves? So many options. And if I do the leaves in cloth, how do I do them? Because it's all going to fray. This one is beautiful, I think. This would look really, really cool. Then I really like this, it's very wintry. Same here with the hat. She's a bit chopped off, but she has leaves on her head. I thought it was perfect, but maybe I'll print her out again. She was looking pretty good as well. She's got like berries, so I quite like this option as well. And I really like this one too, with the berries again. And well, this one. Okay, so now we need to figure out a way to make leaves. So I was thinking either to go shopping and see if I could find some leaves already made and incorporate them. I also did some die cuts on paper. So I think I'm gonna go and do a little trip to a nearby store and see if they have some autumn leaves, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are a couple of days later. Well, a holiday later. So I have no idea what I said in the previous part, but I hope I'm not going to repeat myself. I could not find any leaves, like plastic, you know, ones. So I made my own. And here is the result. And I am really, really happy with the result. I think they look really great. I made a tutorial about how to make these. It's really easy. There is really not much painting to do, or, you know, it's not very complicated. Anyone can do it, which is pretty cool. And now we're going to work on our covers. So I took out some of my very wintry textiles, and I don't think all of them are going to be big enough, because we do have to cover all of this. So I have this one that I quite like. I think it would look really cool. I mean, it's the perfect colors. So that would be for journal 1. And then we have journal 2. And the picture of journal 2 is this one. And we have this, which again, I think looks really cool. And I really like the texture. I also have this. And I like, I like all of them. And I think the other ones are too small. So it's a shame. Yeah, they're all too small. But this would have been so cool. But there's something I will do, and I absolutely love doing, is, and I have one here. This is a book cover, but it's actually a removable book cover. It's actually this way. So I'm going to finish sewing it up, and I'm putting some on sale right now on my Etsy. Little by little. I will put the videos up and everything later, but I think it's just perfect when you want to keep a nice book cover and keep your notebook inside and just keep the cover from journal to journal. So this is what I've been doing. So all these pieces of cloth are going to be perfect for that. So the question is, should we use this one or should we use this one? We had 2 pieces of textile. Let me find them. So this was sent to us by Justine from House of Mahalo, and I think they would be just absolutely gorgeous. So I really want to use them. This is from my own stash. It's the perfect colors, and I love pompons. So let's just organize all these textiles. I also really want to use my bark, and my idea is to use the leaves I made. Of course, you can follow the tutorial and make some similar ones. I had so much fun making them. then you can't really see it, but here is this where the spine of our cover is. So I have to put the bark pretty close so that, you know, you don't see it overhanging or anything. And then we have the leaves that I think could go around the same way. Something like that, I think. So now that we have everything a little bit arranged, I'm going to grab my sewing machine. I'm going to sew everything, all the textile leaves, the picture as well, and these textiles. But first, let's cut the fabric to size. Then I had a little issue. My water erasable pen was just not showing on this textile. At first I tried to eyeball it, but it was really not very practical, especially for the spine. So I had to use a regular pen, but I didn't want to put marks to show on the textile, so it was a bit of a struggle. Now I'm going to use some textile glue to just glue the picture in place so that it doesn't move when I sew it onto the textile. What do you guys use when you have really heavy textiles like this? The crays don't work and the water erasable pen doesn't work. What do you use? Because if I use my pen like this, then we're going to see the marks. So I'm wondering, I did try to do it on the other side, but it's not much use, to be honest. So here we are. I am really happy with how this is turning out to be. I would love to know how you think it's looking. And I am putting this because my bark is quite thin and I don't think it's gonna go up to the end here. So I'm just adding this so that it looks nice. I don't think it's necessary that I go up to the end because there's gonna be the leaves. So I can reuse that for something else. And then we have number 2. This is very heavy textile. I'm a little bit afraid of how it's going to work. But it should be interesting to try. Well, at least here I have lines I can use. And they've disappeared. I'm not really feeling the autumn vibe here. I think with the leaves it will be fine, but I just want to check if I have something a little bit better that I could use. I quite like my pompons. I would love to use them. Too small. Oh, this is quite interesting. I'm not sure about the bow, but I really like this. I think I'm gonna go with this. So now let's organize all of this. So let's just stop it right here. Maybe straight will be nice. Like that. And now let's just put some textile glue behind this picture again to just put it in place before I just sew it onto the textile. As you can see, I'm using the bark as reference compared to where the spine ends. Time for sewing! Everything is sewn. It's time to attach some of those leaves. I made a separate tutorial on how I made these leaves. So if you are interested, make sure you go and have a look. And since they're textile, we can just sew them in place. And I'm going to have to try to be careful and only attach them where the cover is and not around it. Otherwise it's gonna be a bit annoying. Okay, something like that. And something like this. And it stops somewhere around here, I think. So we would see this piece here and some of these leaves would be flying, and I think I can always put some more leaves if I want. Like this would be actually really cool, but this I will have to do by hand. So let's just sew these ones first. Ta-da! Leaves are in place. It's looking pretty cool. It's really, really thick, but it should be fine. You know, I like it so much like this. I'm wondering if I'm really gonna put the bark here. We'll see. And yes, I don't really know how I'm going to put them yet, but I will find a way soon. Yeah, with the bark it's looking really cool though. I really like this one that I made. I think it gives it a little bit of a sparkle. I like it. So I might put it, I just don't know where yet. And this looks amazing. But this I'm probably gonna have to sew by hand. So let's sew this one in and these two. What do you think? I think it's looking pretty cool. Comment down below what you think about these covers, especially when we're finally gonna finish them. Right now I'm going to do exactly the same with the other cover. So yes, I've been a little bit sick, but I'm getting better. Well, I'm so glad I've got these, because otherwise I have no idea how I would have seen the result. I do really like the bark, so, but just this is way too big. We can just put a leaf, maybe smaller one, and it could hide a little bit what we've done here. Something like this. That could be pretty cool. I don't know how with the bark. Quite like it here, kind of attracts the eye. Here a little bit less. This is pretty good as well. Let's just go for this. Well, here I don't think we need any more of those leaves, except maybe one over here. Could be a tiny one like this. That's a pretty good idea. So if you're not very good at sewing like me, this is my technique. When you do something that you find ugly, just find a way to hide it. Boom! So that's how I roll. Shall we put this somewhere? I quite like it up there. If you're wondering, I made these myself. I just went and embroidered beads on a piece of felt in the shape of a leaf. And I'm pretty happy with the result. What do you think? Which one is your favorite and why? That way I can make sure that the next ones I make are simply the best. Now that this is done, I only have a tiny bit of sewing left and then some hand sewing for this. So I'm just gonna finish up this sewing here. And then I'm going to leave all my hand sewing for while I'm watching a movie tonight or something like that. About the color of the thread, I probably should have used some dark brown. Honestly, I don't know. I quite like this light brown here. I just don't have another color. I'm out of dark brown, but you know, I think it's looking fine. It doesn't pop out too much, so I'm quite happy with the result. And look at the results. I'm really happy. And this is the second one, all sewn in. All of this is sewn in as well. And now I know that you have all the same question that I've had in my head for like 2 weeks. How on earth am I going to attach this onto the cover? Well, I've kind of figured it out. I guess I need to try and see if it works. My idea is first I'm going to glue this onto our cardboard cover. Since my textile is really thick, I think I'm going to use textile glue instead of double-sided tape. And then my idea is to Dremel. I'm going to get out my Dremel that I never use. It was a present. And I'm going to, I think, first make sure that these go well together. Then I think I'm going to drill holes into the side of the bark and into our cardboard cover so that I can sew everything together. And let's start. Let's get working. Yay! I'm excited. I have no idea what it's going to look like. Let's see. And I am putting quite a lot of glue here because it's a very, very thick textile and I want to make sure it stays put. Okay, so I'm just going really quickly with my paintbrush here. Done. And now really fast before everything dries. I'm just gonna lift this and put it right in the middle. Okay, let's turn it around. I'm just making sure that it's at the right place according to my little things here, you know. Wow, I really like this cloth. It feels nice under my fingers. Really feels like autumn and wool, so I like it. So now I'm just going to let this dry. And you can use, what are they called, to just attach everything to make sure it stays quite flat. This is looking cool. I love it. Let's do the second one now. So again, just like before, I'm going to grab my cardboard cover. Just going to go nuts with glue. And now let's place it. I'm putting it at the edge of my table because of the pompons here so that they hang out at the edge of the table. I'm just gonna grab my textile and make sure it's very tight and nice. Okay, I'm just gonna let them dry now and then I'm going to go and do all my Dremel. And pray with me that it works. Alright guys, so I've done the little holes here, if you can see. I wasn't really sure what to do over here, so I'm going to wait and see what it looks like. So let's just choose a color. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I had a whole bunch of other colors, but those are my favorites. And I'm just going to go and sew ahead all of this. So the holes are a bit big compared to my thread. My thread is currently doubled because we're at the end of the non-doubled section, and I think it looks much better. So I'm probably gonna have to double everything. What do you think? This looks better, doesn't it? Let's double it up and see. Alright guys, what do you think? There's this that I don't like so much, but I don't know how to stop it. You know, it's when this part here arrives in the wood. Maybe there is another part I can put that can protect my work. I'm not sure. I'm really not a fan of power tools. It makes me so anxious. My boyfriend had to show me how to use it, and it's mine. I've had it for like years. My mom bought it for me, but I didn't know how to use it. I was scared to use it. So anyways, I attached this with a bit of hot glue here, just so it would, you know, stay put and not move. I put a fair bit, and Now, I'm not sure how to attach this bit because I quite like it like this. That's just too bright. This green is the best. I don't know if I like the crisscross or if I just should leave it like this. But then I'm not sure it will hold. And well, I didn't do it well here. I should probably cut this off. I thought I would arrive at, I mean, I did cut everything, so I don't understand how it's sticking out like that. Maybe I didn't bring this one down and I don't know what happened. I have no idea. But I am pretty proud of my drilling or whatever it's called. I chopped the wood off to remove the bit that was hanging out there. Obviously not enough. So do I want these little crisscrossing things? I really like the detail. I think it looks really good. But then this wood doesn't have much detail on it. So I think that's why it looks so good. This wood does have a lot of detail. Well, I think it would look good anyway, so let's just do it. So I'm just gonna grab a tool first to write down where I want to drill. I'm also going to mark my wood here. And on the first one, I did it with my ruler. But here I really want to do it according to the wood and do a bit less maybe on the other one. Okay. Now I'm going to use my Dremel to make the hole. Let's just protect ourselves and try not to kill ourselves. Well, it is looking good, so I'm just going to use the same green. I think this cover is probably given me the most problems in the sense I knew what I wanted to do, I just didn't know how to do it. So it's been just crazy weeks thinking about how on earth am I going to attach a piece of bark onto my cover. I would love to know if you guys have a similar kind of cover in mind. I'd love to know how you think I did. If you like the cover, how would you make it better? Or maybe ideas for next year's autumn covers. That would be really cool. Oh my god, maybe we could do some kind of challenge, like the craziest covers ever. I don't know. Please comment. I would love to know what you think. Does this pass as one of the craziest covers you've ever seen? And if not, please comment down below. I would love to see any absolutely nuts covers that you've ever seen. That would be so cool. So how are you guys doing? Oh my god, was this like an Australian accent I just did? I think it sounded a little bit Australian. How are you guys doing? I keep seeing a lot of Christmas videos and I'm like, oh my god, I haven't even finished my autumn journals and it's like Christmas period already and I have no idea what I'm going to publish for Christmas. So I do have a backup plan. I've made Flower Fairies junk journals and I really like them. I think they're super cute. And there were some Christmas or like winter junk journals. Well, I guess that's not for YouTube. It's more for my Instagram and Facebook. So I have no idea what I'm going to be able to show on YouTube, to be honest. Ugh. I think it's so hard sometimes to prepare in advance. Would it be awful if I just didn't have anything for Christmas? Would you guys hate me if I didn't prepare something for Christmas? Please don't hate me. So at the moment, I'm working really hard on my organization. So it's like an NGO. It's kind of like a charity shop. So we get all sorts of donations, like people just bring us stuff they don't use anymore and they don't really know what to do with, and we just clean them up and put them up on sale. And the idea is to show to people that it's okay to buy secondhand, because in France there's not a lot of people who buy secondhand. They all think it's like dirty and not good quality, even though whatever you get in secondhand usually already has had a life. So it's usually pretty good quality, otherwise they wouldn't have lived this far. So it's quite interesting. I really like this project. I've been working on it since like 2018. I'm pretty proud of myself, I have to say. We have a very nice little shop in Lyon, and I say we because we're all volunteers. I think there's like at least 100 people working on the project with me. I am the founder, but I could not have done all this without all these people. So I'm just really grateful. So I've had a lot of work these past few months since school started again. It's just been a bit nuts. Lots of events to plan and lots of things to do. So it's just been a bit crazy. But I'm quite happy. All right, so this is our cover pretty much done. I'm just gonna see off camera if I can cut this. I just don't want to damage my camera, and I want to be very careful. The last step before finishing this cover, and I can remove all this now because it's so dry, it's even stuck. There, looking better. So I don't know if you will see, but this textile here is really heavy. It's really thick. So if I put a paper on top here, even if it's scrapbook paper, you know, it's not gonna be equal. It's going to like fold down here and then here be, you know, it's not gonna be nice. So I have a lot of cardboards, all different kinds. So I'm just thinking of cutting off pieces so that it's all pretty much the same size. See, this is better. So it doesn't have to be perfect, and I am going to use some tacky glue to make sure that it's all very glued together, nothing comes off. And I'm just going to glue it. And I'm probably gonna have to do 2 cardboards on top of each other because the textile is so thick. Oh, I have another question. My boyfriend and I are thinking of moving. So I've been thinking about craft rooms because in case you don't know, right now I am in my living room. It's not the best. I have to clean up everything so that we can eat, and my boyfriend also works in the living room. We don't actually have like another room, and he's a lot on the phone, so for YouTube videos it's just not the best. So I've been daydreaming about craft rooms. I've been a lot on Pinterest, but I would love to know, like, have you seen any really nice craft room tips, any nice videos, or any, I don't know, anything that could be helpful with me in my daydreaming? Because I would really like to have a really nice craft room, and I would absolutely love to show you guys once, well, I guess if ever we move and I do get my craft room, then I could show you. So please let me know if you do have ideas like that. That would be really cool. I'm just really looking forward to this idea of a craft room. It's just, well, daydreaming. It would be so cool. I would love to have a craft room. Please comment down below. Are you looking forward to decorating this junk journal, and do you have any ideas on how to do it? Because now that we've finished almost our cover, I guess the next video is going to be about how to just bind the pages, which is always a must. And then I'm gonna have to decorate it. So if you have any ideas, or if there's anything that you might want me to try, or I don't know, if you've seen something but you don't know how it's been made, or just ideas in general, nice videos that you've seen about autumn junk journals, or anything that could help me with my decorating, that would be really cool. I would love to see what other people do in videos. I don't watch a lot of videos of scrapbooking at the moment because I just don't have time. I'm so busy with work, don't have much time to spend on YouTube, and I do miss it quite a bit. So if there are any videos that I really definitely should watch, please link them below. Okay, so I'm just going to let this dry. Now, put something really heavy on it so that it dries flat. And we're going to finish the video here for today. So I will see you guys in the next. Oh, I forgot to say something. I added this off camera. I always forget to put this to, you know, have add dangles here. So this time I just put it on as soon as I remembered, and it was off camera. I'm sorry. So I just poked a hole here under the textile, and I just added this in that I bought on AliExpress. So back to what I was saying, I'm just gonna put something really heavy on top here to make sure that everything dries really flat. And then I will see you in the next video where we're going to put our signatures in. They're all over here. So still quite a lot of work to do. We're going to sew and add all our signatures in, and we're going to do the inner cover to hide all this mess that we have here. So you'll see it's going to be completely invisible and it's gonna be awesome. Promise. So I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Don't forget, as usual, to like and subscribe if you like what I do. It really helps out my channel to be discovered by other people. And I will see you guys really soon in the next video. Bye guys, thanks for watching.